Hey guys, we're going to make a little, hopefully, iridescent crystal using this chameleon powder that I got from Temu, in addition to a UV resin that was also purchased from Temu, and the little crystal mold that I got from Temu a few months ago. So hopefully this works out. I am going to mix this directly into the UV resin, and then we're just going to pour it into the mold and see how we can get her done. Now, this particular powder was, I think, it was about $2, if not a little more. And in the container, I feel like you can see that, I mean, it's obviously supposed to have some other color in there. You can kind of see a little bit of blue, but I feel like all I'm getting when I look at it is green, and it's showing the same way on camera as I see it in person. You can see it here. It is a little confusing to me. So I'm hoping that once I mix it in the resin, it will show up the way it looked on or in the app. So let's see. So the resin itself, I think, was $6.98, so about $7. It's coming out nicely, nice and smooth like. Not too worried about this filling the mold up all the way. So yeah, just gonna use this little toothpick and scoop some of this out. I feel like to get like the clearest look at the color, I'm gonna have to use a good amount. So I think that should be decent, because I feel like for the price I paid for that powder, I didn't get a lot in the container. I was definitely expecting it to be um, a lot more full than what I got. Alrighty, so we are just mixing away, and I want to make sure to mix this as well as I can. It's, I mean, it's a beautiful green, but I think it would just be a tad disappointing for it to not show up the way it looks like it's supposed to. Because even before you open the container, you can see little bits of uh, blue and maybe a little purple, and then you open the container and it's just green. So this is what it's looking like mixed into the resin. I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring it in, because I think I've got it mixed pretty well. I say as I keep mixing. Um yeah. All right, let's go for it. Oh man, I'm so nervous. I have a UV light by my side, and I'm going to try um, using the light as I pour, because I want to make sure the whole thing cures. Because the first time I tried this mold, I didn't quite cure it on the first attempt. So I'm going to pour a little bit, and then I'm going to take my light and just get her in there. Well, let me make sure this is going all the way in. Yeah. Probably about 30 seconds or so. What I also want to do is put this outside, because the container does say that out in the sun it cures within 10 to 15 minutes. So I think that'll also help make sure that I'm getting, um, like a good all around cure. Okay, so I'm just moving the resin around to make sure it gets in all the crevices of the mold. And I'm going to do a little bit more light here. Hopefully this is focused. I'll go ahead and do the rest. Looks like I made just enough. Actually, a little too much, but looks good. I'm gonna kind of make sure it's as even as possible before I get that bad boy cured. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see it, but with the UV light on it, I can kind of see like the other color in there. But that could just be because of the light and not necessarily because the pigment is really showing the way it's supposed to be. So that could just be me. All right, so now that we've got it mostly solid, as you can see, it's not moving around anymore. I am going to sit this outside for I'm going to do the full 15 minutes and then I'm going to unmold it and we'll see what it looks like. So let me go ahead and just throw her out in the sun and I will be back shortly. All right, guys, we are back. It's actually been about 20 minutes because I got distracted doing some other things, but we're going to go ahead and just try to take this out and see what we have. It does look like it is fully cured and it's really warm because it's nice outside. It's about 82 degrees. But here it is. Ooh. It's pretty. I do see very subtle shifts in the color. I can see some blue like on the tips here, and I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's very subtle. So I may try this pigment again on something else to see if I can get the get that chameleon look that it is supposed to have. But I mean, you can kind of see it. It is very pretty, and the resin cured beautifully. It's not sticky. I think there's only one spot that looks like it may be a little undone, and I'm gonna go right there with my UV light just to make sure she's cured. But other than that, um, it looks great. And I'm really happy with it. I do like this mold. I've used it before in a previous video just to see how it turned out with a glow in the dark crystal. So now I have one glow in the dark and I have one chameleon. I'm gonna make like a little crystal family every time I buy pigments from somewhere, just to see how I like them. But I mean, it looks really nice. Bottom's a little wonky, but that's mostly me because of how I put it in there and then I was moving it around as I was headed outside. But other than that, it's really great. The resin turned out well. So I think, like, let's say you wanted to do something like this, you really only need a UV light. If you already have one, you don't have to purchase one, but you can find those on Temu as well. This was $7 at most for about 3 ounces. There's no brand or anything. It just says UV resin. And then the pigment was about $2. So, and the mold when I bought it, I think it was also $2. So for less than $20, you can have, you know, a cute little project going on here. And with UV resin, it cures quickly, so you don't even have to wait a full day before you make another one if you wanted to just kind of make a bunch of little clusters. And there are different types, but this was the one that I was drawn to. So it's what I bought. But that is pretty much it, you guys. I'm probably going to try to use that pigment again and see if I can really get that chameleon color to come out the way it looks when you just look at this from the outside, where you can really see that blue. Like, that's what I'm expecting, and this is what I got. It's a lot more subtle than it looks in here. Um, like, you can't even see it on the bottom. So I'll try it again, but As far as the project itself goes, I think it came out really cute and I do like it a lot. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to see more, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Bye.